Day 2 of the 2022 FIM International 6 days of Enduro, and the same route as the opener, now well worn and silty, posing an extra challenge to the 3 trophy classes. Walking the course prior to the race, riders remarked on how much of a technical challenge they could expect this year. They certainly haven't been disappointed so far. After the opening 5 tests in the World Trophy, less than a minute separated the top 5 teams. That gap, though, is now up at over 3 minutes, as France and the USA both lost significant ground. The American quartet were only 5th fastest on day 2, Lane Michaels suffering a crash in the second special and a twisted ankle that didn't help their cause. But Dante Oliveira became the first rider this week to lower the colours of Josep Garcia by taking the day's first special. Léo Le Carré was France's fastest man today, but there were only 40 seconds between him and their slowest man in another solid effort. Despite beating the USA for the first time though, they remain 5th overall, and their gap to the podium places has gone from half a minute to almost 2. Leaders after the opening day, Spain tumbled back to 3rd. Josep Garcia was again fastest in scratch, but with a reduced margin over the rest, and it was a difficult day too for Bernat Cortés, as he finished slowest of any of the riders representing the top 5 teams, suffering on the more beaten up terrain. Italy were second fastest on day 2 and made up 27 seconds on the Spaniards to move above them in the overall standings. But Andrea Verona lacked the kind of backup he had yesterday, with Samuele Bernardini in particular finding the going somewhat tougher. Taking full advantage of a weaker day for Spain and Italy, Great Britain blasted from 3rd to 1st and into an 84-second lead. Almost 2 minutes faster than previous leaders Spain, the British quartet were all in the top 12 in the day's times, with Nathan Watson second fastest and only 21 seconds behind individual star Garcia.
For me personally, I stayed consistent all day and doing some good times. It was definitely a better start for us because we started at the front more close with all the top guys, so it was kind of more equal. And yeah, really happy to hear that Great Britain have took the overall lead for the week for the World Trophy. So yeah, super happy with that, and hopefully the boys can all keep it together and try and bring the trophy home.
Fastest by 1 minute 35 seconds. Great Britain, whose slowest man was still faster than 2 of the Italians and 3 of the Spaniards, who could only manage 3rd. France beat the USA on day 2, but can only pull back 4 seconds, so the only change in the top 10 sees Finland leapfrog Belgium for 8th. After an opening day marked by retirements in the Junior Trophy, another of the podium contenders dropped out of the running as Jeremias Sileb hit problems, costing Chile, who had sat 4th, an unassailable 45-minute margin. In the 3rd special, just after the start, maybe 200 metres, I had a mechanical failure in which the bike just suddenly stopped and wouldn't restart. I checked it over at the side of the special with my mechanic watching over me, and we managed to fix it and finish the special. But an 8-minute special took 40 minutes, and obviously I lost another 17 minutes in time penalties. But the main thing is we managed to fix it, so I can carry on tomorrow.
Cerca de 17 minutos, pero lo importante es que logramos solucionar el problema y podemos seguir corriendo mañana.
An outstanding day from Australia was the other main talking point in the Junior Trophy. Kyron Bacon received too little backup yesterday. The men from Down Under were left 7th. But with the support from the much improved Corey McMahon, they finished 3rd fastest on day 2 and climbed to 4th overall, gaining over a minute on the UK team that sit directly ahead of them in the last of the podium places. An excellent performance as well from Finland, who lost 93 seconds to Italy in the opening 5 specials, but impressively finished only 10 seconds slower than the leaders on the same course second time around. None of the Italian juniors could match Ronnie Kaitanen, 24 seconds faster than any of the reigning champions trio, but they dug in well to defend their day 1 advantage and are now 1 minute 43 clear of Finland, who in turn have over 2 minutes in hand over the chasing pack. Today has gone well again. We've managed to gain a little bit on Finland, which isn't bad because Rinaldi made a few mistakes, but anyway, we're all doing our best. I went a bit better today than yesterday personally, so I'm happy about that. and Spano always goes well. 4 days still to go, the race is long, but we'll focus now and try to manage that advantage. That's the target now.
Spingiamo ancora, poi vediamo se riusciamo a gestire il vantaggio, ma adesso l'obiettivo è ancora di spingere.
Australia and Spain are the two teams making progress, an improved performance from the Iberian trio putting them 5th on the day and allowing them to leapfrog the Czech Republic. The Czechs also slower than New Zealand on day 2. Australia finished an improved 3rd on day 2 in the Women's Trophy, beating France by almost 20 seconds. Jessica Gardner was responsible for much of that margin, making up 48 seconds on the fastest Frenchwoman. A somewhat better day for Great Britain, but even then they lost more than 3 minutes to leaders the USA. Jane Daniels was over a minute slower than Brandy Richards, who's setting the reigning champions up for a 3rd consecutive victory. Corey Steed, sitting 2nd fastest in scratch, makes that leading margin all the more emphatic.
I didn't really know what to expect coming into this, but so far it's been an incredible event and I'm loving every day so far. It's definitely tough, but yeah, I want to just improve every day. I had a little bit of a rough day today, so hopefully we can make up on that and have a better day tomorrow.
Sweden beat Spain on day 2, and the gap to them overall for 5th now sits at just over 40 seconds. Australia halved the gap to France and staked their claim for a place on the podium. A third of the way through the 96th ISDE, a new course will be broken in tomorrow south into the region of Occitanie.